Okay. I know I'm supposed to be relaxing, but everything hurts. I'm Eric Baker, and I've spent my life crossing the Southeast on tour as a singer-songwriter. But I recently realized I was always headed to the next town instead of seeing the sights along the way. So I teamed up with my friend Ariel Nicole to check out what we've been missing. There's a place you've never been that's right where you want to be.
We hope to take you to places you never knew existed or where you've always dreamed of going.
Uncharted. In 2011, the Memphis Grizzlies accomplished what most NBA fans considered impossible. They defeated the top-seeded San Antonio Spurs in the Western Conference Series to win their first playoff game ever. After the game, when power forward Zach Randolph, who had been one of the most controversial trades in the team's history just 2 years earlier, was asked what he loved about Memphis, he replied, "It's a blue-collar town, and I'm a blue-collar player, a hard worker. Nothing's been given easily to me, and nothing's been given easily to this town." To many people, Memphis is a city seen through stereotypes. Floods, bloods, blues, and barbecue, to name a few. But for those who call this place home, it's defined by heart, hope, heritage, and a penchant for hanging on. We've been to Memphis a few times on this show, and I've hit the streets a handful of times on my own, either as a teenager or on tour. But inevitably, I always feel like a tourist. I believe in Memphis and respect the grit and grind that defines its citizens as much as its franchises. So this time I'm looking through the lens of a local to get the lowdown. Speaking of down, downward-facing dog seems like a great place to start. Lost in the garden.
My husband would tell you, I can't get anywhere. And but I'm always walking with a purpose.
Right, I like it.
So people will follow me, and I'm like, please don't follow me.
Don't follow me.
I don't know where I'm going. Won't wake us up.
Oh, yeah, this is beautiful. Like yoga, I gotta remember to be quiet. I'm a loud, high-energy guy. One of the things that's special about a major metropolitan city like Memphis is all the spaces there are to explore. Take sunrise yoga at the Dixon, for example. Fine art? Check. Free flows? Double check. A place that stands for the plurality of the human experience and is committed to diversity in all areas? Well, that's a motto to motivate well beyond morning meditation.
How was it?
I'm super
You did?
sweaty. I'm very sweaty. Yoga's tough for this guy, at least. It definitely doesn't feel like August.
No,
right now.
this is like,
at least not yet.
This is rare for Memphis.
Yeah.
It's super, super rare.
So we did
It
it.
was good. We did it. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I'm
Now
ready
we
to
can be bad the rest of the day. We never know exactly what life will hold for us, as much as we may hope for the best and try to plan for the worst. And as easygoing as we may think we are, it can be difficult to stay flexible. For some of us, more literally than others.
good. It's a harder workout than a lot of people think,
Well,
you
that's
know?
the whole thing.
Like that first 5 minutes, I was like dying.
Yep.
Thank you, Scott.
And that's the matcha.
Oh, look how pretty it is.
Wow, look at that.
I know. I love it. So yummy.
What is it?
It's green tea. It's got a little bit of maple syrup. I don't know exactly what was all in it, but it's super good for you. It's got like maca powder in it.
Okay,
And that's
yeah.
like super high in antioxidants, and you gotta try it. It's so yummy.
I'm totally gonna try.
It's weird, like it's super hippie, but it's really good.
Super hippie.
Super hippie, but it's so yummy.
I love it though. The California hippie girl, moves to Memphis. Now, tell me again how that happened.
So my dad, I'm the oldest of 8 kids. And in California, that does not work, financially. And
that sounds expensive.
Yeah, really expensive. And so we moved here to Memphis. My dad took a job here. I don't think any of us ever thought we'd stay, but it's ended up being, I love it. And we get to travel a lot. So as long as I get to see the ocean and the mountains, then this is like a great place to come home to. I always say that. Like, I'll be in New York or in LA or somewhere. I'm like, I miss this like hustle bustle.
Yeah.
And then when I land here and I come into our airport, I'm like, actually, this is awesome to come home to. It's a good home base.
Totally.
Yeah.
Michaela's fitness may seem to come naturally, but in fact, it's been hard-won. And she knows better than most, when it seems like everything is failing and all you want to do is fall over, it's more important than ever to find your center, get grounded, and refuse to give up.
I got sick about 3.5 years ago, and ended up having to undergo a surgery that basically destroyed me physically. And so my first surgery, I've had 10 in 3.5 years. With the first surgery, I'd gone from being, a professional athlete and a fitness model to, I went into the hospital 130 pounds in shape and left at 94 pounds and didn't even look like the same person.
Oh my gosh. 94 pounds, and you use the word devastated? Your body
Destroyed.
was destroyed.
Yeah.
I mean, those are so now, just seeing you in front of me now, it is hard to imagine. I mean, it really is. I mean, you're strong, your spirit, you're full of life, bright.
I'm so grateful for genetics because I have no idea how somehow, it's like the minute I would start to get a little bit better, my muscles would come back, my strength would come back, and I would respond super, super quickly. I think from years of training and being an athlete, it came back so easy.
Right.
But it kind of ended up being, a lot of people said kind of a curse, because I'll see 10 doctors in an hour and 20 nurses, and every one of them walks in, oh, you look too good to be in here, and you want to scream because you are just dying inside. You feel so bad.
Here we go.
Doesn't that look awesome? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So yummy. This was back in probably June. It was after my surgery, and I still had a pump in to drain fluid from my chest. I'm in Whole Foods, and I'm checking out, and all of a sudden, I feel I had to wear this belt that would hold my pump, that would hold everything, and I could feel it sliding like down my waist. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna expand my rib cage and walk out with my groceries. And so I've got both my groceries in my hand, and I'm walking out, and the thing falls.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there, and I had just walked out the doors, and I know that whoever's walking in, you see this thing full of like blood and fluid, and it's hanging in between my legs. And I'm like, this is freaking unbelievable. And I'm like about to lose it, and then I just started laughing. I was like, you know what? And I picked up my phone and shot a picture right there in my outfit. And I just but just so y'all know, not everything is perfect.
Yeah.
And just because I look like this today doesn't mean,
Right.
And the response I got was just like, people were dying laughing, or they were just like, this is amazing, or whatever. But that's my goal, is to show people the realness and to show them that, a picture does not mean anything. I don't think I even realized that it was happening while it was happening. Having a blog was a way for me just to kind of write this and look back to see how far I've come. I started getting just kind of random emails from people, just, hey, you changed my life today. Or, hey, I even had one girl that was like, I just read about your first surgery and the suffering you went through, and I was suicidal. And you have given me a reason to live. You've given me a reason to not do this, because I realized, like, my stuff is nothing. Like, a man leaving me is nothing, or whatever,
Right.
And I started thinking, if I can turn my suffering into something good, then it was all worth it, I noticed that, the more vulnerable I was, the more open I was, the more readers I got, and the more people were responding, and the more people it was touching.
Thanks to much-needed fuel at City Silo, one of Michaela's favorites, my belly is finally full. And honestly, so is my heart. I recently heard that hardship doesn't build character, it reveals it. And this statement holds very true for Michaela and her family.
It's the award-winning Geoff Calkins from the Daily Memphian and the Geoff Calkins Show.
Today on the show, we have, well, first of all, we're going to have in studio a camera crew once again. Basically spend my life being trailed around by camera crews. This one from PBS.
Speaking of heart, all heart to be specific, you may have heard that phrase a time or two if you happen to tune into any NBA coverage from 2011 on. All heart, grit, and grind was the original quote. And one of the men scrambling to jot it down was none other than Geoff Calkins, a seminal sports writer and migratory Memphian who penned his farewell column for the Commercial Appeal in May of 2018 after 22 years with the publication. These days, it can be found on 92.9 FM ESPN radio, as well as making moves for a new media venture.
So here we're literally sort of inventing what this thing is going to look like. All these people are people who are sort of taking a risk and trying to do something that might actually change what newspapering looks like someday.
Right.
You know? So,
yeah.
I've been here 22 years now, so I think I now qualify. Somewhere around the 19-year range, I became a Memphian. At some point, they're pretty, they don't hand that title out easily.
So let me just, I mean, why? What does it mean to be a Memphian?
It is a town that has a chip on its shoulder. It is a town that is, it's not wealthy. It's not, everything doesn't come easy to it. I thought when I moved here, as you may be able to tell, I'm originally a Yankee. I've lived in New York, and I've lived in Washington, D.C., and I've lived in Miami, and I've lived in Melbourne, Australia. And so I came here, and I thought, this is going to be tough, because I've seen the firm, you know, and it's going to be like that. It's going to be a tough town to break into. It is not warm in the cliche way that Southern people think you're fake warm.
Right.
It really is a warm and easy place to live, in the sense that it will embrace you. There's a reason that it is dollar for dollar, person for person, the most philanthropic city in the country. And it's because I think with the struggle and the sense of people struggling comes empathy. And so I think people care for each other. Does it have problems? Sure, it has problems. But what always impresses me is how many people there are who are aggressively rising to the occasion to address those problems.
I love it.
there's the egg right there. You can yolk over everything.
Well, then you won't mind me dipping
You're dunking that egg a little bit, exactly right. A lot of NBA cities, before playoff games, they put a T-shirt on every chair, so everyone has to put on a white out or whatever it is, right?
Right.
Memphians are like, the heck with that. We are not all wearing the same shirt. We are not dorky people who all dress in the same shirt. We wear our bootleg shirts. We wear our whatever, you know, we come as we are.
Right.
We'll hold a towel, we'll wave a towel, we'll yell, whoop that trick, but we are not all wearing the same dorky yellow T-shirt. And that's just sort of what Memphis is. This is the food of the gods here. Every time I come to this place, I say, you know what, I'm not gonna get the poutine because I get it every time. And every time I get the poutine.
All right, man, I'm glad you did.
Isn't that good? That is one of my favorite things on earth, honestly.
It's Canadian, too. Like, who would think you would have this Canadian dish perfected by Memphians? The city really used to have this inferiority complex. Other cities in the South, Atlanta, Nashville, are richer, growing faster. Austin, like, richer, growing faster. Memphis tried forever to get an NFL team, was rebuffed. And there was this sort of woe is me thing. And along come the Grizzlies with a bunch of players who were sort of Island of Misfit Toys kind of players. And they come together. They won with what was now became grit and grind. It sort of became the slogan of that team. I really think it's not too much to say that the Grizzlies helped change the way that Memphians think about themselves. And that era is mostly over now. Zach's gone, and Tony's gone.
Right.
But I think the impact they had on the city and changing the way that Memphians think about themselves, I think that remains.
Man.
Plus, there's egg on the pizza.
When more than 30 funding sources began to coordinate in 2010 to create what is now the Crosstown Concourse, they set out to build much more than just a mixed-use space. Instead, they sought to maintain the mantra of Memphis. Together, we are better.
So,
Crosstown Concourse.
Crosstown Concourse.
And we're starting,
Love
it's
it.
hard to read. I don't know. What
It
is this
is.
right
You
here?
really
Where
have
we
to,
starting? What does that say?
Crosstown Brewing Company.
Yay! Which,
Awesome.
you know, I tried to change my last name to Brewing Company and they wouldn't let me.
They
So I
wouldn't
feel
let
right
you.
at home here, you know?
Okay, do you guys actually brew here? Like, is
Yes.
Okay, so it's
this is a very important part of the whole concept of Crosstown Concourse for us. We're not just about selling things, we're about seeing the whole production process.
Awesome.
So we don't just have a coffee shop, we have a roastery. We don't just have a bar, we have a brewery. We don't just display art, we have artist studios. Right?
okay.
So it's
That's
all
so
about
cool.
watching the means of production.
Yeah.
That's such a human
It's
need
not
to
a-
want to
Yes.
watch
Not
things.
just the destination, but the journey.
Yes,
I dig
love
it.
it.
The Crosstown Concourse is a melting pot of all things that make Memphis great. Culture, community, and cooking coming together to create something that is better together than it could ever be separately. And it seems fitting that this space is set on a site with so much history, not just because that's the norm in a city that's seen so much, but because this venture is bound to create history as much as it's looking to preserve it.
Kind of what I do all day long. Just make jams up, you know.
All right, so where are we?
This is like the secret labyrinth behind the scenes of Crosstown Concourse, wherein lies part of the artist residency program.
Okay, yep.
And this way is kind of the sound, there's a sound lab, and then there is sort of a music artist residency, which I'm the inaugural guinea pig resident
All right.
of. Welcome to my lair.
You know, as an artist, I just want to know what this means to you and to what you are creating.
Well, I'm a second-generation Memphis musician. I've grown up in rooms not unlike this. And I've always had a room like this sort of in my house, where you're like checking into the office. When I walk through the front doors into the amazing central atrium, I mean, the energy out there is palpable. You can feel it. People who, first-timers, are just so blown away by the space. That's a great, almost production technique for people I bring back here, is just to lead them that way. I could bring them around the side if I wanted to, but it's super important to get that and then feel like we're coming back to the secret cave where nobody else has access, you know, and make magical recordings that, you know, it's kind of a really a deep thing, you know, it's a forever thing, and every little bit of energy and positive setup by going that way, like, counts, so to speak.
What are we walking up here?
We're
Because this.
walking up the red staircase, the most Instagram staircase in Memphis.
Totally.
Oh, wow.
I see it all the time.
To Crosstown Arts.
If you're from Memphis, you know, of a certain age, I think we all remember those times when it was not cool to be from Memphis. And it wasn't that long ago, really. I think we've only really found our pride in the last, 6 to 10 years. So that's what I see. I see the pride. Choose 901, you know, all these things. I mean, people are proud to be from Memphis, and they should be. It's a cool place. It was always cool. We're just kind of the last ones to figure out here in Memphis how cool it is here.
It's so true. I was actually born and raised in France. And when I first moved here, people were like, why are you in Memphis? And I was like, why wouldn't I be in Memphis?
Right.
Everything is at your fingertips. Like, try to open this in Paris, good luck. Exactly. You do it here, you can.
Right.
You want to be involved politically, you can. You want to start a business, you can.
Right.
The Memphis Grizzlies have seen a lot of firsts in the little over a decade and a half that they've called Tennessee home. They've clawed their way up from one of the worst teams in the league to one of the best and have the battle scars to prove it. But even more notable than the accomplishments cast upon the walls of the FedEx Forum, this team catalyzed a community into action as well as admiration. The Grizzlies are much like the families that form this great city. They aren't immune to dirt, drama, or being down, and they're bound to see good seasons and bad. But the point is, they'll see them all the same and won't let it set them back. This team may have found their home at the Forum, but they live and breathe because of the blood pumped by the heart that is Memphis. And that's something we can all believe in.
When you work for the organization, I think everybody that works for our organization feels a burden beyond just providing an entertainment option, which is what basketball is in most cities. But here, being the only professional sports team and being so tied into the city's self-image and the recent success and growth of the city, that just feel an extra special responsibility that we carry more than just, hey, have fun tonight.
You'll see Mike Conley, on a public golf course.
Yeah.
You'll see Tony Allen dropping his kids off at school.
Yeah.
And I think people in this community can relate to that because they're not just basketball players, they're citizens of this community as well. They don't go and run and hide and live off in some enclaves outside of town. They're right within the fabric of this city. You can find yourself in the players on the court. I mean, this is a team full of perfect imperfections. You know what I mean? It's a team that, as Jason said, you're not gonna find the most fit-looking guy. You're not gonna find the tallest guy, the prettiest jump shot. You're not gonna find the guy that dunks it, and win dunks contests. But they're gonna get out there and fight. They're gonna get out there, dive on the floor. It's not about dunks, it's about dives, more so than anything else. And that sort of underscores the mentality of this city.
Very famous moment in this team's history where they had these growl towels, they call them, that said "Believe Memphis," which was a slogan for a long time, "Believe Memphis." And the team was behind in a playoff game, and almost spontaneously, everyone held these towels up in a sort of a wall of "Believe Memphis." And at that moment, it wasn't just, I believe we can come back and win. It was really about, I believe in the potential of this river town that not everybody believes in. And it really, to me, that's what this team has done. It has given belief to a city that was in need of things to grab onto.
If you know anything about Graceland, then you know it's as much an abode for those who admire the king and his cultural contributions as it was for he and his family when they resided there. But just like Elvis's influence grew over time, so have the grounds at his former family residence, which now also encompass multiple museums, delicious dining, and a luxury hotel that provides more than just a good night's sleep. The Guesthouse at Graceland allows the legacy of Elvis to live on, and in true Memphis form, it imparts to those passing through the idea of, until we meet again, may God bless you as he has blessed me. People from all over the world are coming here, right?
All over the world. They come to see what Elvis was all about.
Right. What was he all about?
Oh, he was much more than music. He was about generosity. If he was driving down the street and he saw someone in need, he would stop and help. He didn't have to be asked. He would do it on his own. He would hear of someone in need, and he would make sure that that need was satisfied. He loved Memphis. He told everyone that Memphis was his hometown. When he was in school, he and his cousin and friends would walk down Beale Street to listen to the music.
We were talking off camera. Elvis always wanted to have a guest house.
Yes, he did. The plans were already in the process of being drawn up. This is, of course, much, much bigger than what he wanted.
Elvis looking down at us right now and looking at the guest house and look at everything that's going on here in his name. If he could add anything to this, what do you think he would say?
I don't think he would add anything to this. I think he would be humbled by the fact that 41 years after he's gone, people are still coming, sharing their personal stories, doing what they can do to keep the legacy alive.
Welcome to the 2018 Candlelight Vigil. We are all here tonight connected because of one man, Elvis Aaron Presley.
I must admit that even after making the rounds, I still don't feel like much of a Memphian. But it's not a matter of missing hospitality. No, they hit that one out of the park. Instead, it's the fact that they set the bar so high here. I'm not sure I have the grit or grind that make these folks so great. But then again, I have a feeling those who welcome me this week would say that looking at it that way means I'm missing the point. Being a Memphian doesn't mean being immune to imperfection. In fact, being a Memphian embodies the absolute opposite. It's being strengthened by your setbacks. I believe in Memphis. I believe they're a powder keg, and I mean that in the best sense of the word. There's no telling what Memphis is capable of, what the fine folks of this city can achieve. And unlike so many cities that slip into apathy, Memphis is just one spark away from exploding into action.